Hi, welcome back. We're going to do the next card in the tarot series, the Hermit. This is a video response to Gypsy Chick's Art of the Tarot series. It's based on 78 Degrees of Wisdom by Rachel Pollack and the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Okay, so I'm going to base all the cards off of this deck. So what we're looking for is a single man. Let's get it closer so you can actually see the card. Single man. He's on top of a mountain with a beard, a staff, a lantern with a six-pointed star, and he's looking downward. He has a hooded robe and a white beard. I think I've got all that. Okay, so this is what we're going to base all our observations on. I have my note sheet here from the different information that I've gathered. Keywords, for example, are guide, maturity, knowledge, old wise one, the seeker, turning within, solitude, soul searching, finds God, unite, material and spiritual realms. I write too small, I can't even read my writing. Achievement, attainment, independence, focus, expertise. Those are just some of the words that are triggered when you see this card. Some of the symbolism: the staff symbolizes the magician. The hermit leans on it as a conscious support. That equals teaching, which helps open inner awareness. Unconscious speaks through the veil via symbols, dreams, and visions. Some of the insights: by withdrawing from the outer world, we awaken the inner self. We tend to see hermits or teachers as wise old men. Early times, it used to be women, not men. So, the hermit withdrew from society, but not from humanity. That's important. He gave shelter to travelers and was a giver of wisdom. Okay, and the six-pointed star has significance. Let's see. Okay. Let's do it this way. So you have the downward triangle. Boy, I really stink at this. You can tell. Oh, there we go. The downward triangle, the point part, when it's pointing down, that's the water symbol. And when it's pointing up, that's the fire symbol. And together it makes the Star of David. It's the divine light within us. All right, so let's hop in and get going on the decks. Okay, so we have, first up, we have the Angel Tarot. Let's get it good and close here. And we have a male with a lamp, a staff, a white beard, a hooded cloak, mountains. And that's it. And it says, be quiet and listen to the small, still voice that comes from the depths of our souls. Light shines so seekers of truth can find them. The mountains equal new spiritual heights. The cane symbolizes it's okay to rely on others. The lantern symbolizes enlightened by experiences so far. And then this one has little fireflies. I don't know if you can see that flying out of the lamp. And they signify our inner light. They're flying off to illuminate other souls. And you can see Saturn behind him. And that occurs every 28 years. And the number 9 signifies humanitarianism, self-sacrifice. And it's related to Virgo, which they are hardworking, diligent, and devoted people. Okay, our next one is the Aquarian. And this one we have a man, a lamp, a six-pointed star, a white beard, a hooded cloak. He's standing still and he's alone. So we have spiritual thirst, alone in the present. I thought that was interesting. Sees through eyes undimmed by the past and free from the future of the ego. Personification of the concept of wisdom. I really liked that. Then we have the Archangel Power Tarot. Some of these are so shiny, it's hard to see. Okay, and that one we have a male, a lamp, a six-pointed star, a staff, a white beard, mountains, and he's standing still and alone. There's also the Virgo symbol. Let's see if I can get it to show here. It's on this rock over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I don't know how to get it to look. But it's carved in right here. So if you have this card, you'll be able to pull it out and see it. The quest to discover your true self, not loneliness, but inner joy and exploring your divine light within. Okay. Then we have the Art of Life Tarot. We have a male. I gave half a point for the rifle. It looks kind of staffish. And half a point for standing still because he's sitting. And the quote on here says, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than his own soul." And that's from Marcus Aurelius, which if you're into history, you'll know who he is. Okay. And we have the Celtic dragon. So we have, I gave him half a point for a white beard, because if you look, he's kind of a bearded dragon. And he's on the mountains. He's looking down at his books. He's standing still. The colors are pretty muted, and he's alone. He also has books. If you look here, he's got a book and a scroll, so he's studying. And you can see some of these faces and spirals in here. Okay. And this one, the spirals signify constantly moving energies of creation and destruction. The rocks are the foundations and stability of spiritual growth. The faces are teachers from the astral realm, and the twisted roots are our life's path. That's the Celtic dragon. And then I've got a new deck because I just so needed one, right? This one's called, it's my first circle deck. It's the Circle of Life. Oops. Okay. And this one we have a male. I gave half a point for the moon lamp-ish kind of thing. He has a staff, half a point for his beard. It's not white. He has a hooded cloak. There are mountains, muted colors, and he's alone. Okay. He's also in motion, if you look. He's got one foot moving forward. So he's not standing still. And he has a key hanging off the end of his beard. I don't know if this deck has a book to go with it. It's just got that little wimpy white, thin, itty-bitty. So it wasn't very helpful. So I'm going to have to look and see if there's a book that goes into detail on this. Oh, he's also carrying a book. So I thought it was neat, some of these that carry books. Okay, this one is Color Your Own. And here we have a man, a lamp, a staff, half a point for his not white beard, a hooded cloak, mountains, gaze, he's looking down, he's standing still, muted colors, but on here, if you look, his cane has a snake. Okay. And the snake takes the form of a ancient symbol of healing, and I know I'm going to ruin the name, so I'm going to spell it for you. It's C-A-D-U-C-E-U-S. Those of you who know how to pronounce it, feel free to help me. Okay. The next one is the Contemplative. Here we have a male, a lamp, a staff, oops, I lost my place. Yeah, a hooded cloak, mountains, he's looking down in muted colors. And here, if you look, there are snakes, multiple, that he's walking through. Okay, and then we have the Da Vinci Enigma. Okay. And here we have a male, a staff, a white beard. Gave him half a point because he's sitting still, muted colors, and he's alone. Now, this is a possible self-portrait of Da Vinci. And one of the quotes from from Da Vinci is, the painter should be solitary and consider what he sees, discussing it with himself so that he can select the best parts of whatever he observes. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay, and then I got this isn't a tarot deck, but I thought it was pretty cool. It's deck 777, and it's handy for people like me who don't know all of the, like the Virgo and the Yod and all these different things. If you look, there's all kinds of cool information. You got your chakras. I don't know, pretty neat. It's only the 22 major arcana that they do this with, so it's a cool deck. It also has meanings, and then it's got reversal. So for those of us that need a little help reading, it's neat. Okay. So then we have the Efflorescent. I love this one. We have a male, a lamp, a 6-pointed star, oh, maybe not. Six-pointed star, staff, white beard, hooded cloak, mountains, standing still, muted colors, and he's alone. This is such a pretty deck. I love the back. All right, the next one we have is the Fairy Tarot. Here we have a male, a lamp, white beard, hooded cloak, standing still, muted colors, and he's alone. He's also studying. Okay, it represents the genie trapped in the lamp that would like to spread his knowledge amongst the others, but instead arouses dread and apprehension as not everyone can understand him. The lamp is your inner conscience. The lamp of Diogenes search for humankind. True being found only within ourselves. And the book symbolizes wisdom. And we have the Feng Shui. This is a pretty card. We have a male, a lamp, a staff. He has a itty bitty little poof of a beard, but it's there, and it's white. We have mountains. He's standing still, and he's alone. It's just a pretty, you can see his little smudge of a beard. Okay, then we have the Fradella. Here we have, this is a young male, a lamp, a staff, mountains, he's looking down, he's standing still, muted colors, and he's alone. A soul apart from the others, but willing to offer guidance. The only future with no doubt is the one you create. Fate and destiny play their part, but a person's choice is an important part of that equation. The fool has discovered both male and female aspects of self, relationship with the divine, exercised their own will through the chariot, and mastered it by strength. Now he's reflecting on the lessons he's learned. That's out of the book. I thought that was pretty nice. Okay, then we have the Gilded or Easy Tarot. I'm not going to do this one. Gypsy Chick has that. Then we have the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. And here we have a male with a lamp, a staff. We have mountains. He's standing still, muted colors. But in the picture, there's a deer next to him, and then there's a quail and a cat. Okay. And this is supposed to represent St. Francis of Assisi, whose poverty, modesty, and spirituality was idolized. Then we have the handle. No, we should have the golden Visconti. Okay. Some of these got messed up when I was working on them. Okay. This is the Visconti-Sforza. Again, this is one that Dixie goes over. Or Dixie. Wow, Dixie Chicks. Let's try Gypsy Chick. Oh, buggers. It's getting late. And like I said, it's freezing cold, so, you know, the brain's frozen. But that's the Visconti-Sforza. Let's see. Then we have the Grail. Here we go. All right. So here we have a male. I gave half a point for a non-white beard, mountains, and half a point for sitting, and he's alone. Okay, and this if you look, it says Prester John. He was a Christian priest king. His rumored kingdom was somewhere in the east. It was supposedly an earthly Eden. He was guardian of the Grail. The priest king represents power of ruler and spiritual focus. He offers guidance to the seeker through choppy waters of the spirit of the soul's quest. Okay, then we have, now we have the handle, or handle, not sure. This one, I mean, the more you look at these, the more you see other stuff buried in the picture. So, okay, we have a male, a lamp, staff, white beard, mountains, standing still, and muted colors. But here we have owls, birds, eagles, all kinds of stuff. Now this one had a little more to it. If you look in his lantern, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, there's a rune, and it's supposed to be Hegel. I'm not sure what all that is. And then there's the Hebrew letter Yod, which means hand. The rune IS, or I, means ice, coolness, cooling off, which also coincides with the moon. You have Virgo as the sign, which is also the Virgin, Moon, High Priestess. Sometimes this is represented by a crone, and a crone returns to virginal state because she's past childbearing age. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm approaching crone. All right. Owls are carrier of dreams, and they relate to the moon. The eagle symbolizes the soaring spirit. Birds act as messengers between gods and humanity in mythology. And then if you look, there's like a little gnome in here too. One of the little faces back there looks gnomish. And they're elemental spirit forces alive in nature. And then you have the Eye of God, which is right here, if you can kind of see that, watching over the world. That's the Handle Tarot. Then we have Hazel Moon's Hawaiian Tarot. This is another cute little deck. We don't know if it's male or female. We do have a lamp. We do have a staff. Half a point for sitting, and he's alone. And the only thing on here says home equals the natural world under the infinity of the stars. So no mountain, but he's definitely contemplating and looking within. Then we have the Hobbit Tarot. Again, you can see Gypsy Chick. Gotcha this time. Gypsy Chick's information on the Hobbit. And then we have Legacy of the Divine. Again, Gypsy Chick talks about this one. So then we have the legend, the Arthurian. So here we have a male, white beard. We have mountains, half a point because he's sitting, and he is alone. And this one is Lancelot in exile. He's naked, which means he's dropping all masks and pretenses. The tree roots signify the need to examine the health of one's foundation to find out what has been weakened by neglect. The strength of the roots ensures survival. The door he's in front of guards the sacred spring, St. Ambrose Well. This symbolizes a long-forgotten source of inspiration and spiritual fulfillment. Then we have the Lord of the Rings. And if you haven't read the book, you're not going to know this character. Now, he is one of the best characters in the book, and I'm really bummed he wasn't brought to life, but they couldn't bring everybody to life. Okay, so this one is Tom Bombadil. Okay. So here we have a male, a lamp. We have a 6-pointed star, half a point for his I think he has a red beard. His gaze is looking down, muted colors, and he is alone. Okay. Tom is an ancient spirit that has existed since Middle Earth was formed. He's a primordial spirit of nature. The feather in his hat signifies truth. But if you haven't read the books, you really got to read the books because there's so much. Believe it or not, even though those movies are really long, There's a lot they left out because they couldn't do it all. Okay, then we have the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. This one actually scored a 7. We have a male, a staff. He has a, oh no, we don't have a staff. We have a white beard. We have a hooded cloak. He's looking down. He's standing still, muted colors, and he's alone. Okay. And the couplet, which if you know about Nostradamus, he wrote a lot, and they called them couplets from his quatrains. But his couplet from 154 says, 2 revolutions made by the evil sickle wielder, which is Saturn, changes both kingdoms and their dispensations, and the supposed prophetic reference was the French and Russian revolutions. Then we have the Mibrig, which is just a fun deck. And we have a lamp, a staff, a hooded cloak, mountains, standing still, muted colors, and alone. It's just, it's a baboon. It's kind of cool. Then we have the Mystic Dreamer. This one's a really pretty one. Okay. We have a male, a lamp, a staff, a white beard, hooded cloak, standing still, muted colors, and alone. Okay, and you can see there's a bunch of books on the rocks that he's standing on. Okay. One of them is an atlas, and this records his life's journey. The tree of knowledge of good and evil is in the background, and the magnifying glass closely examines all beliefs. And he has pencil and paper to record his findings. And I thought that one was really cool. Then we have the Mythic. Where am I? Here we go. We have a male, a lamp, half a point for a staff, a white beard, hooded cloak, mountains, standing still, muted colors, and he has a crow on his shoulder. Okay, and this is Kronos. His name means time. Long patient reign over earth began the work of creation. This is according to myth. And it's the last of the 4 moral lessons. The lesson of time and the limitations of mortal life. Then we have the New Age Tarot. This is a really bright deck. Obviously this won't get muted colors. We have a male, a lamp, a staff, a white beard, hooded cloak, mountains, and he has, if you look down here, like, whoops, this side, there's an owl and a dragon. And you see that big eye of God again. That's the New Age. Then we have the New Palladini. And we have a male, a lamp, half a point for his star, because you can't really tell what kind it is. Staff, white beard, mountains, standing still, and he's alone. And his purple cloak represents the Christian color of the martyr, so he's in total submission to God. Cool. The infinity with the snakes. That's pretty neat. Then we have Revelations. Make sure I hold it up the right way. Here we go. Oh, I forgot. This is also one that Gypsy Chick has. The only thing I wanted to add on this was, again, you see that snake on the staff, and that's the knowledge of medicinal remedies. And druids are represent the knowledge and traditions of old. And then the Star of David is the use of knowledge and wisdom to illuminate the journey ahead. And this is a clock right here in the center that represents time passing, but there are no hands, so time is standing still at the moment. I thought that was pretty neat. Okay. And then we have Shadowscapes. Again, this is one Gypsy Chick talks about. It's such a pretty deck. She's the reason I have this deck. Love it, love it. So the only other thing was the loons are symbols of peace and tranquility. Their haunting calls are laden with ancient wisdom, and they're respected for their knowledge of sky, sea, and forest worlds. So that's what the loons are on the bottom. Other than that, go see Gypsy Chick. All right, this is Ship of Fools. Here we have a male, a staff, a white beard, a hooded cloak. Of course, I'm saying white because there's no color. And muted colors because there's no color. All right, so the Ship of Fools. This person is supposed to be the young self. So the young fool is the outward projection of inward folly. Then we have the Spiral Tarot, my first for sure lady. We have a lamp, an 8-pointed star, mountains, standing still, and again, now this is super teeny. I don't know if you can see that snake in her hand. A lot of snakes. And then she's got the Virgo symbol up here, and then I think that's the Hebrew Yod. I don't know those very well yet. Okay. And then we have Supernatural. We have Bobby. So, if you know about him, he's the one who gave the Winchesters a whole bunch of information and helped them fight the evil. All right. Then we have the Tapestry. This one actually scored pretty high. I kind of like this one. I don't know. This is a hard deck to get into. Okay, the Tapestry, we have a male, a lamp, 6-pointed star, a staff, half a point for his non-white beard, a hooded cloak, he's standing still and he's alone. And again, you see the Eye of God on this card. And then we have the Barnes & Noble Tarot by Jonathan D. and Shirley Barker. So we have a male, a lamp, a staff, a hooded cloak, he's a monk, mountains, muted colors, and he's alone. Then we have Tarot of Angels. Now we don't know if this is male or female because it's facing away from us. We do have a lamp, a staff, mountains, and muted colors. And this is pretty cool because this is an angel up here with a mirror. So a little soul searching going on. Then we have the deck I have a hard time with. This is from the Tarot Discovery Kit with the Zerner Faber tarot. That's what this is. So we have a male, a lamp, half a point for the star, a white beard, a hooded cloak, mountains, his gaze is down, he's standing still, and he's alone. Now then we have Tarot of the Elves, and like I've been telling you, this is a different kind of tarot. It's like a story that they tell. So in the last card, the Dragonette was after them, and he took care of it. Well, anyway, so here's Tarot of the Elves. We have a male on the mountains, muted colors, and he's alone. So he's after the Disc of Desire there. That's what that is, the Disc of Desire. And then one of my all-time favorite decks. I do love the Illuminati deck. Love it, love it. Again, this is one that Gypsy Chick goes over. You see the 3 shooting stars. And this is the second of the lunar cards in which the moon features prominently, the first one being the High Priestess. And it's the last card to display distinctive human form. I thought that was pretty interesting. And the Hermit is also called the Psychopomp, which is the guide of the souls. And the Greek god Hermes was the one who did that. All right, then we have Tarot of Love. And we've got both sexes covered. We have the female up here and the male down here in the cave. And let's see. The hermit is secluded in the cave and he's looking down. The female is opened up to the world, letting in the powers at work in the creation. It allows a revelation of the inner being. And you've also got the yin and yang symbol up there. And you see a couple birds. This one's called the Seekers instead of the Hermit because there's 2 of them. Then we have Tarot of a Moon Garden. And this one we have a male, a lamp, an 8-pointed star, a staff, half a point for the beard, hooded cloak, mountains, he's looking down and standing still. But he's not alone. You can see that giant moth with him. And that's the Tarot of a Moon Garden. Then we have the Tarot of Princesses. Obviously not a guy. I gave her credit for a hooded cloak. She's looking down and half a point for sitting. But then we have a wolf and a rooster. And this is supposed to be St. Catherine of Siena. She put an end to the captivity of the popes in Avignon, but by fighting for the unity of the church. The unity of the church was threatened at this time by the anti-pope Clement VII. That's the Tarot of the Princesses. Again, here's another one that Gypsy Chick has. This is the Tarot of Vampires, so I'm not going to do this one. But it's cool. Alright. Then we have the Unicorn Tarot. Here we have a man, a lamp, a staff, a white beard, mountains, standing still, and then of course he's not alone, he has a unicorn, who is supposed to represent a spiritual companion. Tarot of Marseille. Again, this is one Gypsy Chick goes over. Universal Tarot of Marseille. I guess I should do it by the right name, otherwise it'd be like, why is it here? Okay, and then we have Vampire Tarot. And this one, we have a lamp, a hooded cloak, standing still, muted colors, and he's alone. And a quote from Bram Stoker's Dracula says, "I love the shade and the shadow, and would rather be alone with my thoughts when I may." Then we have the Vanessa, another female hermit. So we have a lamp, she's standing still, muted colors, and alone. And if you look, she's in a library, gaining all that knowledge. Then we have the Via Tarot. This one, again, the back, I love the backs of these cards. They're just so cool. Okay, here we have the Hermit. So we have a male who's standing still, and if you look, these circular things around here are snakes. Okay? And it says, let's see, we have the double-headed serpent. The yellow top that he's standing on is the sphere of Tifereth. I have no idea what that is, but that's what the book was talking about. You can see the energy from his hands is piercing the tails of the serpent. That symbolizes the world of matter is under control. The figure nailed to the cross is the sacrifice of self. It provides the power that energizes and sustains the hermit in his interior work. Then we have the Voyager Tarot. This is one for you people who like to stare at stuff and seek it out. We have mountains. We have that Buddha-ish thing looking down. And then there's a squirrel over here, stuffing his face, and a lizard over here. Okay, we have a Mayan, it's a Mayan death mask, not a Buddha. Symbolic of the hermit to achieve perfection. We have healing hands, which symbolizes health. We have wheat stalks that symbolize the harvest of physical and material life, which serves as a temple of the spirit. So we want to eat well, which is represented by the whole grains, and get plenty of rest, which is represented by the closed eyes, to achieve goals. And then there's a cave, which symbolizes our inner temple. Almost done. Then we have the Witchy Tarot, another female. And we have a lamp, a staff, a hooded cloak, mountains. She's looking down, standing still, muted colors, and she's alone. And she has gray hair, so that's giving you a insight that she's wise. And last but not least, we have the Wizard's Tarot. And for those of you who were into Harry Potter, I think you'd love this book or this tarot deck. So we have a male, a lamp, a hooded cloak. He's looking down, muted colors, but he's not alone. If you look closely, he's got a little mouse on his shoulder. You can also see a plethora of books behind him also. He's also moving forward. The mouse symbolizes the quiet watchfulness, observation, and attention to detail. The book is marked with the Hebrew symbol letter of Yod, which means hand, and it signifies the hand of God. So that is my video response to Gypsy Chick's Hermit in the Art of Tarot series. I'm hoping to get one more done before I go back to work here next week, and then hopefully at least every month get through one, if not two. So that's my New Year's resolution, and then to spend some more time doing some readings. So as I learn the cards, it's getting more exciting. So I'll see you on the flip side. Have a good night.